Joining us now live from Melbourne, someone who's been amongst all the action today, Sky News golf expert Bruce Young. Hi Bruce.
Good evening, Megan.
Well, talk about a dramatic finish today. Rod Pampling claiming only his second win in Australia.
It's been quite surprising with Rod Pampling, really, because he's been a prolific winner of money in the United States, something like 11 million US dollars, and won a couple of titles over there. But this is only his second win in Australia and his first since back in 1999. So I'm sure it was a very satisfying victory for him to get up and win at the third extra hole of the playoff against Marcus Fraser today.
Well, let's talk about Fraser. He had a brilliant final round of 65. Certainly a great result for him, and I suppose having his home crowd there would have helped too.
Well, both Pampling and he came from well off the pace, but you're right, he had a lot of local support there today. He was a very good amateur, Marcus Fraser. He was the leading amateur at the Eisenhower Trophy back in 2002 in Malaysia. He won the New Zealand Amateur. He really had a very good amateur career, and a very good career when he first started as a professional. I think he won 3 or 4 times in his first year as a professional. But whilst he's kept his card on the European Tour since, he really hasn't gone on with it the way many expected him to. But he talked today in the post-tournament press conference about the form that he's in right now. He feels that he's playing now as well as he was playing back then when he first turned professional. So the future looks very promising for Marcus Fraser, who has always shown a lot of promise as a golfer generally.
And look, it really could have gone either way today. I mean, how good would it have been for him if he had taken the gold jacket?
Well, it would have been great because he's a European Tour player, and of course this event was co-sanctioned between the Australasian and the European Tour, so to have won, it would not only give him a great boost domestically, but also in terms of his status on the European Tour. So it would have been very special, and any time that you win at home in Melbourne on one of the great sandbelt golf courses, it would have been something quite special. But he can walk away from the tournament very proud. He produced a tremendous last round of 65 to get into the playoffs, so he did very little wrong. I think he did all that he could, and was perhaps just a little bit unfortunate in the end. But well done, a very good tournament for Marcus Fraser.
Well, it was an emotional day for Robert Allenby. His mother, who was ill, she was there today, but that was clearly in the forefront of his mind.
He put a lot of pressure on himself today. He was quite open about the fact that his mother has cancer in an advanced stage. He wanted to do very well for her today. She came out and watched him play the last few holes, and just in time to see him take a double bogey at the 15th, which effectively cost him the tournament, essentially, because that really took him away from a chance of winning the tournament. But he very bravely faced the press afterwards and talked about today. It was very emotional for him. You could see he was very drained by the experience, because it may well be the last time that his mother, Sylvia, gets a chance to see him play. May or may not be. But he was very keen, and I think he even made the comment himself that he maybe wanted it just too much this week, and that may in the end be the result of his demise today.
Rod Pampling obviously would have been very excited. What did he have to say in the press conference?
Oh, look, he was rapt to have been able to win at home. He's been frustrated that he hasn't been able to win at home as often as his general game suggests that he should. But he made the comment that he came back a little bit earlier this year, spent 3 weeks at home in Queensland, working on his game, working on the subtleties of playing golf in Australia, which he hasn't always been able to do, because typically he's arrived back from the United States virtually the week of the tournaments here and really been unable to prepare himself properly. But this year he took that time, and it really has paid dividends. I think he's very excited. As I said, he's won twice in the United States, a couple of big events there too. But I think in many ways to have won at home and to have won such a significant event as the Sportsbet Australian Masters, I'm sure will rest very easy with him tonight, that's for sure.
Now this was the final Masters at Huntingdale. Tell us, what does the future hold for the event?
Well, it's just completed its 30th year. It was first played back in 1979, but the Masters will live on. The tradition will live on, as they say, but it will be taken around some of the other sandbelt courses over the next few years. It's not the last time that it'll be played at Huntingdale, but it's the last time in the immediate future. So my understanding is, and the mail is, that Kingston Heath will probably get the tournament next year, and maybe the Victoria Golf Club. Much will depend on some changes that they're making at Kingston Heath as far as the clubhouse is concerned. But one of the beauties of Melbourne is that there are so many great courses that they can take this tournament to, and whatever course they take it to amongst the sandbelt golf courses, it will provide a tremendous venue, there's no doubt about that. But Huntingdale's been an outstanding venue for the tournament. As I said, it will get back there at some stage in the future, but I think we can look forward to perhaps an injection a new injection of something a little different for the tournament over the next few years, perhaps as we take it to courses like Kingston Heath, the Victoria Golf Club, maybe Yarra Yarra, Metropolitan, Commonwealth. There are so many good courses here. All would do the golf tournament very proud.
Yeah, certainly right. Well, we look forward to a very new Australian Masters next year. Thanks very much for your time, Bruce.
My pleasure, Megan.